right?
I am, Judge. I'm pinch hitting.
You must have made somebody mad. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's technically my day off. I'm just,
Oh, you made somebody real mad.
oh yeah. Let me tell you.
All right, let's see what we got here. One officer. What case you here for? A little bit louder.
It's position 6, Judge.
Oh, okay. Darius Berry has been indicted. Thank you for coming. Stay safe out there. Yeah. Yeah, you want you want the SC number? You want the SC number?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, 23 SC 187988.
Which judge,
Let's see.
if you don't mind?
All right, let me see. Leffridge.
Lethbridge.
Yep, looks like it was indicted on the 9th. But thank you for coming. Is that the only case you got? Good job today. Good job.
Friday. And they didn't email me.
We liked having you here.
Judge, I asked to hold the state. That's clear obstruction.
You got it. He probably wants to go into custody anyway since he's off today.
Right? I am in custody per all intents and purposes.
This is true. This is true. This is true. All right, let's see. We don't have any other officers out there yet, do we?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, dang. Oh, that was it. That was y'all's case?
One of my cases, but yes.
Oh, yeah. It was indicted on Friday. So you can leave. You can leave. Yep, you're done. Let's see. Is there a long line out front or anything there, Mr. Olive? What is,
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
so officers should be here, right?
It should be.
Boy, is this, my blood pressure going to go up already this morning, isn't it?
I'm here for position 5 for Mr. Wild.
This calendar that she gave me was put out before that was indicted, so my numbers are off. So let me hold on.
It's number 5, I think, Judge.
All right, yeah, there you go. Yarborough.
Yes, Judge.
Wait, is this your motion to withdraw?
There's a motion to withdraw.
Yeah, is that your motion?
No, that's Mr. Lyle's.
Is that, but you want to stay in?
Yeah, I'll file an entry.
Oh, okay. Oh, he did that because he was. Oh, he did that because he was leaving. Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, let's see. You got anything from any of the officers here so we can at least,
No, Judge, I wish I did. I know they're, I can check with my office to see who's on the way.
yeah, where's, the investigator Paul's?
She's probably at her office. I will text her right now. Do you want to see her?
Well, I mean, or she can log on and we can ask her if she's heard from any of them.
All
She
right.
has the Zoom link.
That'll work.
That way we won't have to keep, this be a really short calendar if nobody's here.
That's
I'll
true.
say, Judge, you can go ahead and dismiss my case and I'll get out your way. Position number 1, and I'll be out, head on out.
Make sure all your cell phones on silent.
All council on side, whatever. You're not council, you still want to.
And where is Miss Bumpus? Yeah, Madam Court Reporter, the 23 CP 217377, Darius
Yes,
Berry
ma'am.
was indicted, so that won't be on here. Ambria.
Okay, thank you.
Got it, Judge. Thank you. Number 8, you said was indicted too, right?
Who did what?
Number 8, it was indicted as well.
Well, that it is, it's number 8. Once it got indicted, it
Oh.
shipped to the bottom of the list. Yeah, that's,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So that was the artister, Judge?
No, Darius Berry.
Oh, Darius.
So my count, so once it's indicted, it moved to the bottom. That's why when people use numbers and I'm like, stop using numbers, use a name because it messes me up.
Me
Yeah, no,
too.
artist, no, that's the only one that was indicted. I don't know where Miss Bumpus is, though, for her, that case. let's see, one officer, officer appear, officer appear, officer appear, officer appear. What about this? 7. Edwards.
She's gonna log on in a minute, Judge, so
Oh,
we know
okay.
where everybody is.
Perfect.
I know that GSP had a accident they were handling downtown this morning, so.
Have you figured out what they're doing over here on the side of the road? Is it a bike lane? What is it?
I think it's supposed to be like a bumper. I don't think that they could do the, the
Yeah,
quick whatever it is. So they just did a sidewalk to make sure that people don't park there.
right.
You got me.
I know it's, I have no clue. It's like.
Personally, I would have shut down the entire road around the entire building and just put up barriers.
Right. I
gonna use
mean,
it.
I don't think you should park right in front of the building, but
True.
that's a total safety thing. Like anybody.
They have
Right.
that new bike lane that they're gonna put in a great park.
Yeah, but is that is it a bike lane on this side over here on,
Oh, sure.
Yeah, on MLK, it'll all be a bike lane.
is that, because I'm like, what is it?
Okay. Judge,
It's a segregated bike lane with
Oh, with those dividers? Yeah, okay.
what was the indictment number on Barry?
Barry is, what did I just say? 23 SC
Uh-huh.
187988.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. I can think of a couple more roads they need to repave, like Monroe.
Right? There's a few that they
Oh
need
my
to,
gosh.
Piedmont.
started on Metro, they've got all those little like bumps in the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Which case number?
And Mr. Melnick, yours has been in 71 days.
I know, yeah, we're gonna see if we can work out something on bond. He doesn't know.
What if he doesn't, we'll see. If the officer doesn't appear, and if by chance I've reset it, we'll still have a bond hearing if you
Well, I'll tell you
want.
what, I've got a victim coming, so let me ask them and then we'll find out.
Well, so it is 9 o'clock, I'm actually supposed to be like.
Join the club. I mean, I used to be, I was in your position up to 2 weeks ago, so.
There's Investigator Paul.
Judge Manning.
Good morning, Investigator Pauls.
Nothing. Yeah, I hear that too. I don't know who it is.
Investigator Pauls. Oh, can you spell your name for the court reporter?
Yes, ma'am. It's first name Francisco, Francisco. Last name's Marquez, Marquez.
You got that, Madam Court Reporter?
I do. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so, Investigator Pauls, what you got on any of the, drop off? You have any reports on any officer at all? Ms. Luncheon said she'll wait till 4 o'clock. She doesn't.
I don't recall saying that, Judge. I feel like that's not what was
Oh, that
said.
was good.
Investigator Paul.
I just saw her a minute ago.
Yeah, I did too. Turn it back off. So she might be getting this. Got over here.
Thank you.
Moments here. What's that, Miss Lewis? Investigator Pauls. Oh, okay, yeah. There you go. Now you're unmuted.
Yeah, it seemed to be popping back on, off and on, mute for some reason on its own.
Oh, okay. So
Okay, good morning, everybody.
we only had one officer here and that was for, Darius Berry, but that one's been indicted. You got any on any of these?
So every last one of them was subpoenaed. We got a trooper GSP on 1. So we got a sheriff deputy on 2 and 3. I've been trying to get in contact with Kenny O'Mike because I know we have another case coming up for him. And we reset. And I, you know, even though I've spoken with the custodian over there at the sheriff department, she said she had already asked Mike to call me, Deputy Mike to call me, but I've still not heard anything from him. So as far as position 4 and 5, that's Rayshawn Clark. I probably can reach out to him and get him on Zoom. 6 is Diaz. He's been subpoenaed. He's not here. And
Actually-
position 7, that's Mr. Coffin. Coffin stated that he's out on leave.
For Artister?
Coffin is APD Coffin is on position 7, Daryl Edwards. Artister, we got Roswell. I'll reach out to Roswell. It's not like them not to be in court. You can just give me 5 minutes. I'll try to get you an update.
All right.
Take them out.
Yeah, but we can bring him out. You still want to do a bond here? Okay. We'll bring out Daryl Edwards. Daryl Edwards, right.
I'll let you.
Yeah, the investigator Paul's, Darius Berry was indicted, so that officer was here, but he left.
Okay, Judge, I'm clear on Darius Berry.
Yeah, he was indicted, so the officer did appear.
Good. All right, I'm marking him out. Indicted. All right, I'm getting on the phone. 5 minutes,
You wanna
Judge. I'll get you an update.
Okay, we'll just handle this up. So you said that on, Daryl Edwards, the officer is on leave, right?
Yes, ma'am. He
And that's
called-
Roswell PD?
No, Daryl Edwards is APD. His name is M. Coffin. Coffin called me and stated he'll be out on leave. I'm
Okay.
just gonna check the inbox to make sure he sent the leave sheet, but he did
Okay.
call me on the 7th
Okay.
and told me he'll be out.
Does he say how long by any chance?
Yes, ma'am, he did. Let me just go through my notes or not, I'll call him, but I'll get you an update, but he did.
All right, because we'll
Yes,
get a
ma'am.
date from Embria.
Yes, ma'am. Mhm.
All right, you're Daryl Edwards. Do you need a second to talk to him, Mr. Melnick?
And then the prelim will be reset for 2 weeks for testing. Okay. All right. Judge, we're ready.
Okay. So go ahead for, let's see, I'm not even gonna use the number because it's all messed up, but it's 23 CP 217432, Daryl Edwards, 71 days without indictment, aggravated assault, possession of firearm during the commission of or attempt to commit certain felonies. And what's the status on the officer?
Judge, it's my understanding the officer is out on.
There you go. So you're just kind of supposed to repeat what Investigator Paul said,
I
but good job.
apologize, Judge.
He's going, Mr. Melnick's gonna jump back and forth and play both roles. And I'm assuming you're asking for one reset for the officer to appear.
We are, Judge. Since he's on leave.
Ms. Watts, what's the next date?
Okay.
I guess a couple of weeks. I don't know. Maybe he takes big long vacations. I don't know.
I'll be out next week anyway, Judge, and I think next Monday is the state.
Oh, yeah, that's Juneteenth.
Right.
Okay.
What are
do
we
you wanna-
looking at, Ms. Watts?
If you push it out 2 weeks, we can do June 27th. That's a Tuesday.
Tuesday, how's that look?
Judge, we'll go ahead and put it on for there. I am theoretically supposed to be on trial that day.
What do you want to put it, July 3rd?
July 3rd,
Or, yeah,
but yeah, let's do July 3rd.
where are you going out of town? I mean, you can pick that the week of July 3rd, one of those days.
Let's just do July 3rd. That'll actually.
Is that still open, Ms. Watts, July 3rd?
Yes, July 3rd at 9 a.m.
All right. right, so we'll do the, Miss. I don't know who my, is it Miss Hollenbeck? Are you my clerk this morning?
No, Your Honor, it's me, Miss Williams.
I didn't hear what you said. What is it?
It's Miss Williams.
Oh, okay, Ms. Williams. Ms. Williams, if you put on this reset notice, it's one time for the officer was on leave and reset one time for the officer to appear.
Okay.
It'll be July 3rd at 9 a.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and address bond right now. He's in no bond status.
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant has 14 cycles on his history. There is I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm trying to familiarize myself here. He has a July 13th, 2000 purchase of a controlled substance that appears was probated. He then has a violation of probation from June the 28th of 2010 for that charge. He has a probation violation from July 31st, 2010 that's connected to that same previous probation. Trying to see if there are any felonies, Your Honor. It was that charge was listed as a misdemeanor. Driving violations, December 27, 2017. A misdemeanor for giving false name, December 27, 2017. Does not appear that he has any, just double checking, any felony convictions. Another violation of probation from January the 2nd, 2018. Probation violation, November the 19th of 2022. That's out of Clayton. All the others were Fulton County, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Melnick.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. So, Ms. Singleton, I know this isn't really like what you do. So these probation violations, are they just connected to misdemeanor traffic offenses? Can you tell from looking at his?
It appears, I don't see any felony convictions because of the number of them and the amount of years that they continue to go. I only see misdemeanor and traffic violations.
I believe that's all he has, Judge. And so I just wanted to clarify that point. I do not believe that Mr. Edwards has any prior felony history at all. You had mentioned a VGCSA from 2000, but I don't think that resulted in a felony conviction. Your Honor, he is a lifelong Atlanta resident. He will be living in Atlanta in Fulton County with his fiance, who is present here in court today. His mother is also present in court today. She is also an Atlanta resident and had worked at Emory University prior to retiring. Mr. Edwards' father is a preacher at is it a Baptist church? Yes. New Hope Baptist Church. At New Hope Baptist Church. Mr. Edwards has 3 children, ages 21, 18, and 10. Is that right? And 3 grandchildren as well. So he has very strong ties to the community. He was working, Judge. He has a license as a forklift operator, and he was working at AmeriCorps Logistics, which is on Fulton Industrial. Is that correct? Yes, prior to his arrest. He's been in custody for 70 days, roughly 70 days, I think a few more than that, and does not currently have any bond whatsoever. And Your Honor, obviously, I know we don't get into facts here, but I will tell you as an officer of the court that I have observed and listened to numerous messages from the alleged victim in this case. This is a case where there's no real physical evidence to support the allegation. I can tell you that this is a case where the victim has stated that she is trying to exact revenge against Mr. Edwards because of an incident where Mr. Edwards and his fiance called the police on her in relation to an incident where this alleged victim was chasing after them in a motor vehicle in Cobb County. So, Your Honor, I don't believe there's going to be any evidence to show that Mr. Edwards has ever tried to contact or intimidate this alleged victim. The incident happened, I'm not looking at the warrants right now, and I'm sorry, I think it happened allegedly in January.
February 24th, 2023.
And he wasn't arrested until 70 days ago.
Right.
There's certainly no allegation that he had any other contact or incidents or anything like that during that interim time period between the alleged incident and the time that he was arrested. And he was arrested at his home, Judge. He wasn't out doing anything. He wasn't trying to evade justice or anything like that. He had no idea there was a warrant out for his arrest. And all of a sudden he gets arrested for these charges. So what I'm asking you to do is set a total bond in the amount of $25,000 with the condition that he have no contact with the victim or anybody related to her or any witnesses in this case.
All right, what says the state?
Thank you, Judge. The state is opposed to a bond. We have spoken to the victim. Actually, there are two victims.
Nicole Robinson and Xavier Burke.
Correct, Judge. And neither one has consented to bond. Actually, they are both against bond at this point. I would like to point out to the court that this incident was actually caught on camera. So there is video, despite what Mr. Melnick says. It's not going to take away from the fact that because this incident is on video, this particular defendant has 2 probation violations. It is the state's contention that he would pose a serious danger to the community and that he would pose a serious danger to not just the female victim in this case, but also the male victim in this case. That's what happens when he decides to fire a few rounds at someone in public. Thankfully, no one got hurt. So at this point, we also believe that he potentially is a flight risk. Like Mr. Melnick just said, he wasn't picked up for this warrant for quite a while, and I'm almost sure that there was a bolo placed out for him. However,
Investigator Pauls may help you.
Yep.
Hey.
All right, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. And so therefore, Judge, the state would ask for no bond in this case whatsoever.
Looks like he's already out on a $13,500 good bond on the case assigned to the complaint room for fatal obey traffic signals, failure to yield right away, driver suspended or revoked license, possession, manufacture, distribution of marijuana, possession of a knife or a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of drug-related object. That bond was in November of last year. Let me see. All right, here's what we'll do. In the event he's not indicted by the 91st day, hold on. Instead of bond, it'll go into effect on that 91st day.
I understand, Judge.
Let me see. See if I can kind of count up what the, yes.
What do you want?
It's today's 71.
Judge, Mr. Edwards also wanted me to mention to you, and I'm sorry, I did neglect to mention this. He was in a car accident on February the 8th of this year. He was in the hospital for several days, has some pretty serious medical conditions that obviously, I mean, and I think the jail does what they can, but it's pretty difficult to address medical conditions while at the jail.
Right. All right, we will, we're gonna be no drugs. Let's see. Got a new clerk with me, Ms. Williams, you ready? No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 807 Magnolia Way. No further contact with Nicole Robinson or Xavier Bird, BYRD. You're gonna have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical, employment, basic life necessities, all right? Employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. And that'll be funded by Orca. 15,000, 15,000, and 10,000.
The total 40,000, Judge?
Right.
Okay.
$40,000 good bond. You got it, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and that'll go into effect on July the 10th. So I don't know what Mr. Douglas decided. You know, Ms. Lilith?
I'll get with him, Your Honor, about it.
Yeah, just ask him. I think they were trying to figure out what to do. I don't know if it's something you need to send to me, and then I'll send it back on July 10th, but that'll go into effect on July 10th.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Melnick. Best of luck to you, Mr. Edwards.
And Judge, procedurally, are we still going to be on for a preliminary hearing on?
Yeah, you'll still be on, right, yeah. You'll still be on then, and if by chance, you know, may address bond then. Once you hear some cases may get dismissed, so yeah, we can still address then. Especially if it's me, I'll address it every time you're in front of.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Judge, I got somewhat of an update.
What's that?
So we got position 1, that's the trooper. Gig Brown, he's en route.
Okay,
Position 2 and 3, that's the deputy. I've reached out to a captain over there at the sheriff department. The custodian said that she reached out to the supervisor at the jail. And the supervisor said that he's on his off day today. She's gonna try to reach him. He was subpoenaed. The subpoenas went out on the 6th.
all right, and what about the Corey Marshall?
Corey Marshall and Yarborough, that's the same deputy. That's Rashawn Clark. Rashawn Clark now works for Clayton County Sheriff Department. I sent him the Zoom link. So he should be appearing shortly if he's not already on here.
Oh, okay, so he's gonna get on, okay, I don't see
Yes.
anybody. And let's
Yes,
see,
sir.
we got one more on the Mario Artist.
DeMario Artist, I still don't have an update on Fernandez. And I still don't have the end date for Coffin, but I think Coffin had told me that he would be out on vacation. If I remember correctly, I was trying to go through my notes so I can give you an update. But I remember correctly, he said he would be out for a week.
Okay, we went ahead and picked July 3rd at 9 a.m. On the Daryl Edwards case, July 3rd at 9 a.m. We figured it'd at least be out that long.
And I still need to reach out to Marcus Fernandez, that's position 8, Roswell officer, to see what's going on with him.
All right, so your position 8 is different from mine. So what's the name of that person?
DeMario Artister?
Oh, Archer. Okay, so you're still reaching out to him.
Yes, ma'am. Mhm.
So Patrick Kemp and Reginald Bryant, that officer's gonna log on, right?
Oh, I see. Yours is different.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, my numbers are different when you say so.
Right.
On Kemp, that's the trooper. He's on the
So-
way.
So that's right. On Kemp, that's the trooper. He's on the way.
And
On
Bryant?
and Woods, that's the deputy, Kenny O'Mike.
You can't
no.
find that deputy.
No response. On,
Okay.
On Marshall
Marshall.
and Yarborough, that's Rashawn Clark. He's gonna link in. He's gonna zoom in.
All right. And then we just got Artister and you're trying to find that one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, we can go ahead. Let's see, is Mr. Olaf, let's,
I have a plea and arraignment, 15 minutes. Kind of here for, again, Mr. Lyle on this one.
oh, yeah, so he's gonna zoom in quick. Wait. Is his name Clayton?
He worked for Clayton County.
Mr. Clark, Deputy Clark. There you go. You take this first, Mr. Olaf. Deputy Clark, are you here for the Sherwin Yarborough?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Oh, perfect. Come on, Mr. Olaf, you can bring him up. Yarborough. You need me to email somebody and tell me a few minutes late?
It might be the before, I'm not sure. In 1D.
Oh,
Or I'll handle it.
well, if they do, tell me. Well, it's just one count, so hopefully it won't take long. If you figure out who it is, let me know.
Yeah, it doesn't say on the count, it says non-complex.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Judge, who are we doing?
Yarborough. Is it DeFore? Let's see. It would be DeFore or who?
I believe it's before. I mean, I could run over there and run back.
What's your client's name on it?
I'd have to look.
Oh, it's all right. I'll just email them and let them know. All right, I just emailed him. Hopefully he'll pass it on to him.
All right. Thank you.
All right, so this one is Sherwin Antonio Yarborough, 22 CP 214962. Not on this charge, but on another charge. He's been in a total of 432 days, but this is unauthorized possession of a prohibited item by inmate. He has not been in 432 days on this charge. He's been in 432 days total. Raise your right hand, deputy. You swear firm testimony about to give the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Deputy, could you state your name for the record, please?
Deputy Rayshawn, RAYSHAUN, Clark, CLARK,
And how are you employed?
with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office.
And in December of 2022, where were you employed?
Fulton County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. And what were you doing at that point in time?
I was assigned to the Fulton County Jail as a deputy sheriff.
And let me take your recollection back to December 26th, 2022, the day after Christmas. Were you on duty then?
I was.
Okay. And do you remember an incident that took place at the Fulton County Jail?
I do.
Do you remember what the circumstances of that particular incident were?
I believe that a shakedown was conducted or a jail search was conducted, and it was found for items that were not issued by the Fulton County Jail or dangerous items that are not issued to inmates or by the Fulton County Jail was in the possession of Mr. Yarborough.
Okay. Do you remember what that was?
Can I refer to my notes?
You may.
It was 11 silver and color nail-like screws with sharpened edges, one metal light switch, yellow and red, green, blue, and purple wires, which come from the wiring of infrastructure in the jail that are in the inmate cells. They have to be accessed behind a metal plate, and those metal plates have screws that must be taken off by maintenance. And 4 dark colored plastic tubes. These tubes were, before they would be a dark color, there would be clear tubes that like straws, but they were dark, which shows some form of burning had occurred on the plastic, causing it to become a dark color. It was in possession of Mr. Yarborough. And once again, those items were not issued by the Fulton County Jail or issued to inmates at the Fulton County Jail. And at the time, Mr. Yarborough was an inmate at the Fulton County Jail.
And let me ask you this, Deputy Clark, are those items prohibited?
They are.
Okay.
They are prohibited to be in the possession of an inmate.
Okay, fair enough. And do you see Mr. Yarborough in the courtroom? Well, I'm sorry, on the Zoom call.
I do.
Okay, can you describe what he's wearing for us, please?
He's wearing a blue shirt with a white shirt up under it, and he has a beard.
Thank you. Nothing further, Judge.
All right, Cross.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, officer. My name is Brian Olive. I represent Mr. Yarborough here. You said that you found Mr. Yarborough in possession. Did you find him in actual possession of that, of these items?
Can I refer to my notes?
Sure. Let's go. Keep seeing this.
Yes, so, I do remember this, when I went into the cell, I actually was on another floor at the time before this incident occurred, and I heard a loud scraping noise on the floor. So I immediately went upstairs to the floor where I heard it coming from, and when I entered into Mr. Yarborough's cell, I saw Mr. Yarborough sitting in his cell with those items. They were on a table. This incident was recorded on my Axon body camera. And it's also recorded on the Fulton County jail pod camera.
Okay, so when you entered the cell, was Mr. Yarborough awake or sleeping?
He was awake. I believe he was sitting at a desk, and the desk had a piece of carpet on it, and it had the items laid out.
Okay, and so you say that's all on body cam?
That's correct.
Okay, and does Mr. Yarborough have a cellmate or multiple cellmates?
I believe he had a cellmate at the time.
Okay, and did anybody take a claim for this possession or possession of these items?
I don't recall.
Okay. And you said these items were laying out on the table under a piece of carpet?
On top of a piece of carpet.
On top of a piece, so they're out in the
I'm
open?
sorry, not carpet, but a blanket.
So they're out in the open on top of a blanket in the cell at a desk or whatever,
That's
like
correct.
Okay.
It's a desk that's in the cell.
And you're saying Mr. Yarborough was sitting at the desk when you walked up in there?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. No further questions, Your Honor.
Right, anything else from state?
Just a quick follow-up. Deputy Clerk, are these desks that you're talking about, are those located inside inmate cells at the Fulton County Jail?
They are.
And is there only one desk per cell, or are there two?
It's one desk per cell.
Nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Olive?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. You got one more case, right? Stand by, deputy. Go ahead with the argument.
No argument, Judge.
All right. And we got a $10,000 good bond on here as of, and I think it was in March. So yeah, March 27th. Preach.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the defendant has 27 cycles on his criminal history. He has multiple county convictions. He has a misdemeanor from May the 21st, 2014, theft by taking, which was a felony, and multiple other misdemeanor charges. The defendant has violations of probation on May the 29th, 2012, October the 12th, 2012, April the 26th, 2014, May the 3rd, 2019. Trying to double check to see if there were any others. He has failure to appear on May the 26th, 2015, June the 25th, 2019. And a probation violation on December the 20th, 2019.
And I'm sorry, is this Mr. Yarborough you're looking at?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me double check. Should be. Yes. That's all, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Olive.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Yarborough is 34 years old. He's lived in Atlanta his entire life. His parents and siblings live here. He has 4 children that he has to take care of. He made it to the 11th grade. He was working at telecommunications installation prior to being arrested at Procom LLC, and he plans to return there. His address is in Clayton County. That'd be 1885 Harper Drive, apartment 21A. That's Lake City, Georgia, 30260. And Your Honor, I'd like to point out that the reason why he was in jail, that's already been handled and taken care of. So that this is the only charge that's still holding him here. He's obviously been incarcerated for quite some time, so he is indigent at a time. So we would ask for a bond reduction not to exceed $5,000, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right, what says the state?
Judge, we believe Mr. Yarborough is a danger to the community. He is at a high risk to reoffend, just given what pretrial said and the amount of cycles that he has. We would ask the court to keep the bond as is. I believe that Mr. Yarborough can make that bond is relatively low, and given his history, the state would argue that it's a gift. Nothing further, Judge.
All right.
Your Honor,
Uh-huh.
I would like to add one thing.
Okay.
Mr. Yarborough's last cycle is for a guilty conviction out of Fulton from December the 20th of 2022, which is for aggravated assault and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree.
All right. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with your co-defendant, Corey Marshall. You're gonna have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you're gonna be working, also basic life necessities. Also, stay out of Fulton County, sir, unless you're here for court or to see your lawyer. Don't stop for gas, don't get a flat tire, don't stop at Chick-fil-A. Come to court or see your lawyer, get back out of Fulton County. Do not go to Fulton County, come to Fulton County for absolutely anything. $7,000 good bond. Best of luck to you, sir. Mr. Clark here? Okay, there you go. Yeah. So we'll get Corey Marshall next.
Give me 1 second.
And Mr. Rolfe, I think it's judged before. He said, okay. It was judged before, and he said, that's fine. Sure.
And Mr. Clark, do you want to stipulate to the officer's testimony or not?
From the first one, then I just have a few follow-up questions, so. I
Judge,
can
is that all right with the court?
Streamline it, I guess.
That's fine.
And do you want to address bond again?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Singleton, we're going to handle Corey Marshall next.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Once again, Deputy Clark, you raise your right hand. You swear affirm testimony about to give is truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. All right. Stand by. Get out here. This is 22 CP 214962. Corey Marshall, 813 days, not on this case, but he's got unauthorized possession of a prohibited item by an inmate. There's a $5,000 good bond as of April the 18th. All right. Go ahead, and Deputy Clark has been sworn in, but go ahead and state your name again for the record, Deputy.
Deputy Rayshawn, RAYSHAUN, Clark, CLARK.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Marquez.
Thank you, Judge. Well, in this case, the defense has stipulated to the facts of this case since we've already heard it. Is that correct, Mr. Clark, or do you want me to go through it again?
I'll stipulate. I just have some follow-up questions for the deputy, if that's all right.
Okay, and then we'll let you ask a few more. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Have a good week.
Good morning, Deputy Clark. I just had a few follow-up questions for you from your testimony in the previous case. So you stated that you had been running body cam while you were conducting the search of the cell. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you recall when you turned that body cam on?
I believe it was before I entered into the cell.
Okay. And you also mentioned that the incident was caught on jail camera. Can you describe that more? What cameras was that caught on?
That's the cameras that are placed inside of the Fulton County Jail, inside of the housing units.
Okay, so would that have had a view into Mr. Marshall's cell at that point?
I cannot attest to what view it would have. I don't have access to review the cameras because I was not a supervisor.
Okay, so but there should be some footage in the jail camera systems too then.
That's correct.
Do you know how long Mr. Marshall was assigned to that cell for? Had he been there a month, 2 months, or do you have any recollection?
I do not know. I was not assigned to that housing unit.
Okay, so you just had gone up there essentially when you heard the scraping noise, according to your testimony, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And do you know in that unit how long the cell doors remained open during the day? How long they were on lockdown?
I do not know.
Okay. I believe that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Any follow-up?
Just a quick follow-up, Deputy Clerk. Did this happen within the confines of Fulton County?
Yes.
Okay. And could you point out Mr. Marshall to us? Do you recognize him today?
Yes. He's wearing a blue shirt with a white shirt under it, and he has glasses on his face.
Okay. Nothing further, Judge.
Anything else, Ms. Clark?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Deputy. Stay safe out there.
All right.
All right, go over the argument.
I proceed. I'd rest on the evidence, Your Honor.
All right, and we'll find probable cause. All right, Ms. Singleton, pre-trial on Corey Marshall.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the defendant has he has 14 cycles on his criminal history, possession of a pistol from February the 7th, 2007 out of DeKalb. He has an FTA on September the 17th, 2010 out of Fulton. Disorderly conduct, February the 11th, 2011 out of DeKalb. Theft by taking, felony, March the 6th, 2012 out of DeKalb. Sexual battery, felony, August the 1st, 2013 out of DeKalb. Violation of probation, August the 3rd, 2013, April the 20th, 2017, March the 21st, 2019. Those are all violations of probation, Your Honor. That is everything, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Court.
Yes, Your Honor. And I believe the sexual battery conviction, that was, I believe, out of Fulton County, if I recall correctly. What I would note is currently Mr. Marshall is on a no bond status right now on another pending charge he has. It's a rape charge that's currently slated to go to trial in August. I would, obviously this charge has been hanging out for 6 months almost at this point. No action's been taken by the state. We would be asking the court to set this as a UJR. That way, when he does go to trial, whatever the outcome is, if the state still hasn't taken any action on this, that he can have a signature bond in place to I guess, get out potentially or sign off before he were to serve any sentence.
All right, what says the state?
Judge, I'm going to oppose bond clearly, or I'm sorry, oppose a bond reduction in this case with all due respect. I believe that Mr. Marshall is a danger to the community. He is at a high risk to reoffend. He does have open cases, some serious cases in county. His bond's already been set at $5,000, which means that through the proper channels, he could probably make that bond through particular programs that are available in Fulton County. So I would ask the court not to reduce the bond at this point.
All right, we got no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with Sherwin Yarborough. You have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical, employment, basic life necessities. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you're going to be working. If you have any kind of hold, you have 48 hours to have that ankle monitor placed on your ankle. $2,500 good bond. Best of luck to you, sir. Investigator Pauls, anything from the trooper? In which case are you here on?
Well,
Joseph Woods, yeah, okay. Oh, see, my numbers are all messed up, but I did, all right, let's see. What about on Joseph Woods? Is that the deputy we can't get in touch with, investigator Pauls? Yeah, you can bring Woods out. You can go ahead and bring him out. I think this is the one she said we couldn't get in touch with. Investigator Pauls. Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good evening. Investigator Pauls. She may be on the phone.
I can text her, Judge. She might be on the phone.
Yeah, I said she may be on the phone. No, she's calling people. I think I put on here that was the one that couldn't get a hold of.
I think Keno is the one that, or Keno.
Another one they think works.
And Judge, just so that I'm clear, we've done Marshall, we've done Yarborough, we took care of Barry and Edwards, is that
Right,
correct?
yeah.
So all we have left is, I guess, Artister and Kemp, Bryant, and Woods.
Right.
Okay, just checking.
Hey, Miss Watts, can you reach out to Miss Bumpus?
Morning.
Yes, Judge, I will.
Thanks, because she's on Artist. I don't know her.
Okay.
Did you text Paul and see?
I
I
did,
swear, I
Judge.
think this is the one where she said that Deputy hadn't.
I think you might be right. That's the,
On the two on this one, and
yes, ma'am.
I haven't gotten it.
but Miss Diamore's not here either. And Ms. Luncheon, the deputy, the trooper's on the way.
Okay,
I don't know where from,
thank you, Judge.
but on the way.
Hopefully it's not Savannah.
Right, yeah, hopefully it's not Savannah, for sure.
So Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
so I'm still trying to put out fires, making phone calls and all this stuff, and then got other things that's kind of about to blow up on this end, but the Roswell officer, I have no further update as far as the Roswell officer. I went through all my emails to try to see if he done what I asked him to do, which is send me something in writing. I don't see anything. So for the court, I subpoenaed him on, the subpoena was sent to his custodian last Tuesday, which was June 6th.
And this is on which case is it?
That's Artister.
Okay.
So the subpoenas were sent out on June 6th, no response from the officer.
Okay, and the other, and the deputy and Bryant and Woods, that's the one where the deputy, you haven't been heard from them, they were subpoenaed, nothing, right?
That is absolutely correct. I'm still getting texts from a couple of captains who's trying to get this guy, the deputy to respond. But at this point, still no response from Deputy Kenio Mike.
All right, and then the trooper's on the way, right?
The trooper is on the way. Mr. Brown, this morning, he had locked himself out of his office or some area that he's trying to get
Oh, he's
in.
here.
Okay, there you go. Because that was his situation, but he said he was on his way for sure.
Yeah, he's here. I mean, if the trooper can or needs to appear virtually, he can.
I'm thinking, I thought he had walked in the door. Anybody? Okay.
No,
Okay, so what I'll do is reach back out to him. If he is not close or he could pull over, I'll send him the link.
Yeah, he can. I mean, that way Miss Luncheon don't have to sit here all day either. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll just go ahead with Joseph Woods. It's 22 CP 213969. Not necessarily this case, but 631 days without indictment. Joseph Woods, aggravated battery, fray, and possession of a knife or a firearm during the commission of or attempt to commit certain felonies. Looks like this was a case from November of last year. I think he's here on something else too. Go ahead, Mr. Brown, or go ahead, Mr. Marquez, on position 3, Joseph Woods.
Well, Judge, the state doesn't have a witness. So I'll just leave it up to the discretion of the court.
Go ahead, Mr. Brown.
Yes, Your Honor. From looking at the calendar, this case was reset from May the 22nd, 2023 for the officer to appear. This is the second time the officer has not appeared. I moved for dismiss for want of prosecution.
Want to say anything in the state?
Judge, we'd object to a dismissal in this case. There's got to be some reason that, I'm sorry, Deputy Keno isn't here. I'm pretty sure that it's probably a good reason. And considering the aggravated nature of this charge, I would ask the court to consider one more reset.
Is this the only case that's holding him here?
He's got 2 other
Oh,
cases, Your Honor.
okay, he's got the 2 other. Well, what we've been doing is the same thing, so I will. I'll dismiss for one of prosecution because it was reset for him. Mr. Woods, Mr. Brown will tell you, doesn't mean they won't indict it. They could indict it today, tomorrow. Okay, so if by chance, whatever you're here for, if you get out, Mr. Brown will tell you that they could issue a bench, arrest warrants from grand jury, but right now, these are dismissed for now. Okay?
Take care of the other 2 cases.
Yeah, then the other one, just this one, but they can still indict it. Best of luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, that was my only case. May I be excused?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
Thank
All right, let's see. Also, Ms. Watts, euphemia.
Your Honor, the trooper should be zooming in shortly.
Okay, there you go, Ms. Lunch. The trooper's going to zoom in.
And Judge, may we release Deputy Clark?
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Deputy Clark. Stay safe. I'm sorry. I thought I said, oh, there's Ms. Bumpus.
No problem, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thanks.
And then, oh, Ms. Bumpus is on now. Okay. Which one? Because we just got, well, we've got, the trooper hasn't logged on yet. So we got Ms. Bumpus here. So we got Artister, Bryant, who the lawyer's not here. I guess we could bring Bryant out because the lawyer's not here. Ms. Watts, have you heard anything from Ms. Cabrera de Amor?
No, Judge, I haven't, but let me reach out to her.
All right. I didn't know, Sarge, if you got Artister up yet, or when you want me to do Artister last, or huh? Artister? He's in the back, right? That's the one you told me about. So this should be, you're Mr. Bryant. Isn't that the one you talked, that's the one you taught me at the door about, isn't it?
She said he was coming in person. Sit down.
Oh.
He's on there, but he.
Ms. Bumpus, is your client still in custody?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, because I don't show it on you. All right, because I don't show it, shows on here that he's still incarcerated. Are you sure he's out, Ms. Bumpus? I'm just making.
Wait, hold on, is this the theft by taking? Hold on.
Yeah, theft by conversion.
Yeah, no, so no, he's not. I'm trying to say this without saying it. He should be.
He
but
should
he's
be.
not. Because he went to a hearing in Clayton County and they released him to the street when he was supposed to come back.
Oh, so there's probably a bench warrant out there.
But this is the bond that you signed for me, I think about a week and a half ago, the consent bond between me and ADA Malkin.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
So
I have.
yeah, okay, because it still has him, it still has him on Odyssey, he's incarcerated.
Yeah, I just found this information out from his family. I have not spoken to him personally.
So is he not going, I guess he's not going to come in today for his prelim?
I don't think so.
All right, Ms. Bumpus, well, if and when he ever gets rearrested, just put him on, okay? Put him
Well,
on.
I mean, he won't need it because he has a bond that he can afford. I've told.
I mean, if he makes it, yeah, but if he gets in there and he can't make it, just put it back on.
Okay, yeah, I told his family that's what's gonna happen, but like I have had no personal contact with him.
Yeah, so I mean, if he gets in there and he can't afford it or whatever, then just, just file a motion, we'll get it back on for you.
Oh, okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thanks, Ms. Bumpus, have a good day.
Okay, you too.
I got the letter to you in time, right?
Yes, thank you so much, Judge.
All right, thanks. All right, now we got, this is. We're still waiting on the trooper, Miss Luncheon. So you're Reginald Bryant, right? Yeah, have you spoken with Miss Cabrera Diamore lately? That's your lawyer, right?
No.
No?
No.
Judge, I mean, we can reset it to see if we
Yeah.
can figure out.
All right, let's see. So on this ag assault and possession of a knife or a firearm during the commission of a felony, so who's your lawyer on that you know of?
Eric Johnson?
Eric Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
because he hasn't filed anything in here. Gotcha, thanks, Ember. Because there was a substitution of counsel for Euphemia Cabrera Diamore. News to you? All right, so, well, she's not here, and we're trying to get in touch with her. She didn't put her email on
Your Honor, I'll reach out to her
her entry.
as well.
You know her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, if you want to
Hey,
see.
Judge, I actually just texted Euphemia. She said that she filed a waiver and she's not seeking a prelim. But
Well,
I'm
he's
not
on
sure.
no bond. She doesn't want to be heard on bond.
I don't know.
I
All
didn't
she
see a
said was
waiver.
she
I
sent
don't see a waiver in this one. This is an aggravated assault. I don't see a waiver. You want to call him? Because, yeah, I mean, as of, because
Yeah,
he's still in no bond status. If you want to give her the,
I'll call her and I'll let her know.
yeah, because he's in no bond as of September of last year. So on this one, it's the ag assault and the possession of a firearm. Let's see, these charges looks like they were in September of last year. They're gonna try to reach her, okay? Because she did file an entry, and at least, so when she said Ms. Luncheon said she thinks she filed a waiver, means she didn't want a prelim, but we can at least address bond if she jumps on, okay? All right.
Judge Manning, on position, I'm sorry, on artists, what? Are we just going to leave
So,
that?
yeah, I guess he was in Clayton County, and instead of transporting them back, so just remove it. He's not
Okay.
even in Fulton County Jail, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, do you want announcements for this afternoon's calendar? Because I do have an excuse.
Afternoon, yeah,
Yeah.
Miss Lewis got to give me an afternoon, let me pull it up. I printed my calendars out and then left them at home.
Guilty. Guilty as charged. Yep, me too.
Which one you got to,
On Mustafa is the officer. Let me see which one it is here. And I won't do numbers since, they're screwed up anyway.
yeah.
Let's see. It is. Cassius Williams.
Okay, yeah, there's 3 cases on there. You know which one in particular? Let me see on all of them.
Well, no, he's only on the one where Attorney Lyle is listed as the attorney.
Oh, okay, it looks like it's 9, ending in 7490.
Yep, that's it. But
So
I
he's
think,
on leave?
yeah. I have a copy of the
Okay, well, when we get there, we'll get a new date. Is he, do you know how long he's on leave for?
It looks like through 6/13.
Okay, we'll set it out. Oh, okay, go tomorrow. All right, we'll reset that and come back.
Thank you, Judge.
Looks like this one won't take too much longer. As soon as a trooper jumps on.
You said Mr. Cassidy is never sick.
No, it's just, he has 3 cases. So it'll be just one of them that'll be reset.
And Attorney Lyles has a motion to withdraw on that one too, so.
You know, and he filed those because I think he went into private practice. Or, no, wait a minute. No, he went somewhere. He maybe went to IRS or something. Yeah, that's fine.
Ah, goodness.
Ms. Singleton, are you covering tonight or is Bostic covering?
It must be Bostic, Your Honor, or someone else. I'll be moving to a different court. I appreciate your patience with me, Your Honor.
No, that's fine.
We'll get these rough edges sorted out.
No, that's fine. Bostic and I just kind of have a rhythm, you know?
Yes, Your Honor, and I know how that is in courtrooms.
Hey, you're out of your element. You're doing great.
Thank you. You may see more of me, so I will find out from her how it needs to go.
Anything yet, Ms. Luncheon? You get her?
No, Judge.
You didn't get her back on the phone?
I think she's traveling. That's the last I heard.
Oh, okay.
So,
I got you. Okay. All right. So what we'll do, Mr. Bryant, is we'll reset this one more time for you, okay? And we'll address bond then. Okay, sir? Ms. Watts, what's in 2 more weeks?
June 27th, Judge,
June 27th at 9 or at 1?
9 a.m.
So June 27th, okay? And we'll send that notice to the judge. Thank you, sir. Uh-huh. All right, so now,
This is for the attorney to appear.
yeah, uh-huh. Because last time it was reset for both officer and attorney, so hopefully, yeah, but that's for the attorney. And we just got Patrick Kemp, who the trooper was either gonna be here or Zoom in.
He's the last one.
Yeah, he's the last one. Where's the, let's go to Paul's well.
She might be walking around, Judge. I can text her again.
Okay.
Just ask her.
All right, Ms. Luncheon, as soon as he gets on, we'll take it. Yours is the last case.
Of course. Sounds good, Judge.
That wasn't on purpose. That's not a problem.
Right. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's Mr. Kemp right there, so.
Judge, I can go check the gallery if the court wants.
Okay, yeah, I don't,
I'm not sure why he would be sitting out there, but he might be.
me either.
You never know. GSP's little.
Well, I'll tell you something, we're off the record, because I was a GBI agent, what we used to call. But they called us something real funny too, so.
Oh, gosh.
Down in Savannah at the bar meeting this weekend, ran into agent I used to work with, we went to the academy, an old trooper. You know, down there when you're training, you got agents training and troopers training, you know, they got PT flags, you're supposed to steal each other's flag. And the guy that we stole the flag from was down there, and he remembered me back then. He's a big guy. I was like, wasn't me, she stole it, wasn't me. Yeah. Yeah, right, hey. Said she was gonna send him the Zoom link.
I was told too. I got a text out to her, so just hoping she's not super busy. Interesting story off the record. I think GSP is the only agency I've ever had a problem with, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am.
These are they're really good about showing up. Yeah.
I mean, back when I was there, I had problems with every agency. So, good for you. I had problems with everybody.
Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I'm just at my office working anyway, so.
Yeah, no matter what, I still got calendar, so.
Yeah.
Your Honor, do you show this to be the last case?
Yep, this will, as soon as the trooper gets here.
Okay, and the defendant's name?
What's that?
The defendant's name? Whose name?
Patrick Kemp.
Yeah,
Just
let's
making
see.
sure I had the right one. Thank you.
Yep, Patrick Kemp, sorry.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, Ms. Watts, can you tell her we just put it on there again so we can, so she can get a bond hearing? I don't know how long it'd take her to get her on at night, so ask her, we just put it on so she at least get a bond.
For that date that I already gave you or for a different
Right,
date?
the email you just sent me, yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't see the waiver.
I didn't either, so I'm asking what email she sent it to, because it may be the wrong email.
Okay, yeah, but just tell her that, I put it back on and it can just address bond or whatever, since he's sitting there in no bond status for so long.
Okay.
Oh, she's on the phone with him right now.
Oh, she's on the phone with him?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, there he is. He's online.
Trooper Brown. Trooper Brown.
Okay, can you,
Yeah, can you start your video for me, Trooper Brown? Thank you.
Bear, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you showing up. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Sorry, there you go.
All right, you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay, this is, you can put your hand down. This is 22 CP 211567, Patrick Kemp. 300 days without indictment, got theft by receiving stolen property and possession of a knife or a firearm during the commission of a felony. If you state your name, spell it for the court report.
Gig Brown, G-I-G, last name Brown, common spelling.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Could you, I'm sorry, Trooper Brown, where are you currently employed?
Georgia Department of Public Safety, Georgia State Patrol Division.
Okay, and were you on duty on August 17th of 2022?
Yes.
And what were you doing on that particular day?
Give me 1 second, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, Trooper Brown, are you reading your report?
No, I'm sorry. This phone is, you guys are freezing up on my end. I'm sorry. So on that day, I was patrolling on Old National Highway.
Okay. Is that within Fulton County?
Yes.
Okay. And did you happen to notice a blue Toyota Highlander on that day?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you notice that car in particular?
We received a LPR hit, which is a license plate reader hit for the vehicle.
Okay. And do you remember what that hit indicated?
That it was a stolen vehicle alert. Yes.
And did you have an opportunity to pull that vehicle over?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember who the driver of the vehicle was?
It was Mr. Kemp, Patrick Kemp.
Okay. And did you see anybody else in the vehicle?
No.
Okay. And Trooper Brown, do you see Mr. Kemp inside the, I guess, the Zoom call?
Yes.
Could you describe what he's wearing for me?
Blue jumpsuit, white t-shirt underneath, and hairstyles, dreadlocks.
Okay. And Trooper Brown, when you pulled Mr. Kemp over, what exactly did you do?
I don't recall. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you need to refer to your report at all?
I don't have that report pulled up.
Okay.
At
Do you
this time, I don't.
remember? Well, do you remember whether or not Mr. Kemp had any weapons on him?
Yes, he did. He did.
Okay. Do you remember what type of weapon it was?
Give me 1 second. I know. I remember it was a semi-automatic pistol. I don't remember what type or.
That's fine. And did you inform Mr. Kemp that the vehicle had come back stolen?
Yes.
What, if anything, did he tell you about that?
I don't recall verbatim.
That's fine. Was he the owner of the vehicle?
No, he was not. Hello?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I have nothing further, Judge, at this point.
Go ahead, Ms. Luncheon.
No cross judge, just argument.
All right. Thank you, Trooper Brown. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the technical difficulty right now. Thank you.
It's all right. Go ahead with argument. Thank you. You can leave. Thank you. Have a good day. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Go ahead. With argument. Go ahead, Ms. Luncheon.
Thank you, Judge. So we have 2 counts here. We have theft by receiving stolen property, and then we have possession of a firearm. One of the key tenets of theft by receiving stolen property is knowing or should have known that the vehicle was stolen. Here, all we know that there was an LPR hit. We don't see that there was the ignition that was messed up. We don't see that he hot wired the car. We just know that he was in a car that was at some point reported stolen. There's no evidence here that Mr. Kemp even stole the car, should have or would have known that the car was stolen at any point in time. Furthermore, if we go down to the second charge, which is possession of a firearm, it sounds like at first the officer didn't even remember whether there was a firearm. And then of course the ADA asked, was there any weapons? And of course this allegedly jogs his memory. But at that point, we still don't know where that firearm was. Was it in the center compartment? Was it in the console? We don't know whose firearm that was. It didn't return back to Mr. Kemp. We have no reason to even know that he was aware that the firearm was even in the vehicle or where it was. So Judge, I would ask for both of these counts to be dismissed for lack of sufficient evidence.
Thank you, Judge. Well, I'll just remind Ms. Luncheon that we're in a probable cause hearing. This is just the standard is much lower than it is in a actual trial, Judge. And at this point, Mr. Kemp was in possession of a stolen vehicle. The vehicle came back stolen. I know the officer wasn't really clear on all the details and the exchange that happened with Mr. Kemp. However, just the fact that Mr. Kemp was driving a stolen vehicle should be a clear indicator that he knew or should have known that the vehicle was stolen. At this point as well, Judge, the officer did remember that he did have a firearm inside of the car. And because he did have a firearm inside of the car, then I would argue to the court that because during the commission of a felony, all that is required is the firearm to be in the car or to be in possession of the defendant. Be it constructive possession or actual possession doesn't really matter. So, Judge, the state would ask you to find probable cause in this case.
All right. Well, the officer didn't say a whole bunch, wasn't too prepared. Should have made him actually come here instead of feeling like he was in his car. But I'm going to dismiss this. his failure to prove. He said he had a firearm. He really didn't know a whole bunch about the firearm. So we'll dismiss this, one of prosecution. For his failure to prove. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kemp. Mr. Kemp, you still have your other charges. I think, I don't know if you represent him as lunch. Those are assigned to Judge Leffers. So
Yeah,
the,
he still has the other pending
Yeah.
case. But
So-
Mr. Kemp, these charges have been dismissed for now, but the state can re-indict them if they want to, but they've been dismissed for now.
all right, so they can indict him and then you'd be charged again. But best of luck to you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Luncheon.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and I think that's it.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, thank you, everybody. I'll see y'all back at 1, whoever's here.
That'll be me. Well, I think it'll be me.
Okay.
Like I said, they've got